Hello, my name is Laura Creed and I am a member of the Organisational Development team here at Medway Hospital. This video is to show you the basics on how to navigate ESR. Firstly, you need to open a web browser. Here I'm using Internet Explorer, but you can use whatever web browser you have on your device. In the address bar, you need to type my.esr.nhs.uk and this will take you to the login screen. To retrieve your account details, you need to go to Forgotten Request Username Password Unlock Account, and here you will need to enter your email address and your date of birth. If you are a new starter, this email address doesn't need to be an NHS email. It will be the email that you have been contacting your recruitment advisor on. You can leave the username box blank as you do not know this yet, and then click Submit. You should then be presented with a confirmation screen, and if you check your emails, you should have an email similar to this one that will state your username beginning with 275 and a long link to reset your password. If you take a note of your username and click the reset password link, this will then present you with this screen on ESR. So you need to enter your username, and then you will need to think of a password that you would like to use. If you hover over the grey question mark, you will find the password criteria. Your password must contain at least 8 characters. Your password must not contain your first name, surname or username. Your password must not contain any words that are easy to guess. Your password must not contain more than 3 sequential characters or numbers, for example 1, 2, 3, 4, A, B, C, D or QWERTY. Your password must not contain the special characters listed here. Also to note, ESR doesn't accept names really in general, so pets' names, children's names, partners' names, passwords that you might normally use may not work on ESR. Also, it doesn't like repeating characters, so for example the word summer it wouldn't accept as the MM next to each other. So once you've thought of a password, if you enter it into the password box and then enter it again into confirm password and click confirm password. It will then take a little while to load and then it should take you to the dashboard. Now I'm going to explain what to do if you get a red error message. If you put your email address and your date of birth into these boxes and click submit, and you are presented with a red error message saying we cannot identify you from the information you have supplied, please contact your system administrator. If you are a new starter, I would advise you to contact your recruitment advisor as they have been inputting your information onto the system. So something here does not match, or it may be that your profile has not been given a status of offer accepted and you won't be able to retrieve your account details until that is the case. So if you contact your recruitment advisor, they should be able to rectify this for you. If you are an existing member of staff, I would advise you to email the workforce team. So the dashboard is your home page, and once you are an employee as opposed to an applicant, you will be able to see your payslip and P60 over on the right hand side. If you are still an applicant, you will still see items there such as your recruitment status, other checks that you need to complete before you become an employee. But once you're an employee, you'll be able to view your payslips online, and the number that I've highlighted is my employee number. So if you need to find your employee number for any forms, this is where you can find it. You can also see on the top right hand corner I have a 24 in a red bubble. These are my notifications, so if you get an email to say you have any ESR notifications, this is where you can find them. In the middle here you can see your compliance. So here I'm sitting at 32%, and you can also see when your last appraisal was, and you can update any personal information on here. We also have our Twitter feed over on the bottom right. The next thing I will show you is how to enrol onto eLearning. If you look down the left hand side of the screen, you will see a menu, and you will see there is a My Learning option. If you click My Learning, this will take you to your learner homepage. In the middle of this page, it will default to eLearning enrolments. So any e-learning you've been automatically enrolled onto or any e-learning you've already completed will be listed in this section. Down the left hand side you will see competence requirements, and this will show any competencies that need attention. So when you first start at Medway Hospital, you will have quite a lot of red boxes of competencies you need to complete. Any ones beginning with 275 local usually need to be completed on site, so you will not be able to enrol onto eLearning or book onto these. You will complete these locally with your line manager or by attending a drop-in session. So if we scroll down to the competencies that start with NHS, these are the ones that you will need to address first. If I use Prevent Wrap as an example, if you click the magnifying glass to find learning, the next screen you will see has three options. The first is the e-learning, the second is the classroom, and the third is a learning path. If you want to enrol onto the e-learning, over on the right hand side, click the blue box underneath details. Here you will be taken to a description of the certification and any components within the certification. You then need to click subscribe over on the right hand side. And you then need to click finish over on the right hand side. So now you're subscribed to the learning certification, you now need to enrol onto the e-learning. So if you scroll down, you will see the description and objectives over on the left hand side, and over on the right you will see the option to enrol. If you click enrol, on the next screen you will see you now have the option to click the green triangle, which will launch the e-learning. So you can launch it from this screen, or if you go back to your My Learning screen by clicking the green learning button at the top, you will now see this is listed under your e-learning enrolments. It's important to note that the e-learning may have a slightly different name to the competence, but here you can see 000 Preventing Radicalisation Awareness of Prevent Level 3. And over on the very right hand side I have a play icon. If I click play, this will launch the e-learning. It can take a few moments to load. If you read the overview and scroll down, you will find instructions and a number of modules to read before the e-assessment at the end. To exit the e-learning, if you click the blue house icon over in the top right hand corner, this will save your progress. So if you are halfway through the e-learning and need to exit, you can do so here and it will save your progress, and the next time you click play it will ask if you want to resume where you left off. Or if you have completed the e-learning, click this blue house and it will save your score. Make sure to click this only once and then wait for it to load. And then you will be taken back to your My Learning screen with your e-learning enrolments in the middle. Now I will show you how to enrol onto a classroom session. So from your My Learning screen, if you go to a competence that you would like to book, if I use Prevent Wrap again as the example, if we go to the magnifying glass to find learning, and then this time the second option down for the classroom session, and click the blue box underneath offering details, you will then be taken to a screen that shows all the upcoming classroom sessions. So here you can see the next available session is on the 2nd of October at 12:30. Over in the class name you can see it is 12:30 until 1:30 on the 2nd of October in the lecture theatre. To book onto this session, click the enrol icon over on the right hand side. And then click the apply button over on the right hand side. Booking of a classroom session will send you an email notification, and an email will also go to your line manager so that they know you have booked on. It's always advisable to consult your line manager before booking a classroom session so that they can release you from your area and make sure a suitable rota is in place on your department. You will then see a confirmation on your screen that you have successfully enrolled into the classroom session. And if you go on to the Enrolments tab in the middle of the screen, you'll be able to see your bookings here. Here you can see the wrap training that I've booked onto on the 2nd of October, 12:30 until 1:30. If you wanted to view more details, you can click onto the course name. If for any reason you needed to cancel your booking, you can do so here. Over towards the right, you will see an unenroll icon. If you click this, you will then be asked to provide a reason as to why you cannot attend. There are numerous reasons on this list. If you select the most appropriate and then click Finish over on the right hand side, you will then be presented with confirmation that you have cancelled your enrolment, and you will also receive an email to tell you that you have cancelled your booking. Your line manager will also get this notification. Now I will show you how to check your compliance. You can do this a couple of ways. On your My Learning screen, if you scroll to the bottom and look on the left hand side, you will see a compliance and competency button. And this screen will show you your compliance percentage and all the competencies required for your role, along with the competencies you have already completed. At the bottom there is a show key option, and this will show you what the colour coding means. So you can see here I've got some red blocks for competencies that I have not yet completed. I've got some blue blocks for competencies I've completed that are not required for my role. I've got some green blocks for competencies that I have completed and they do not expire yet. And I also have some yellow blocks for competencies that I've completed that expire within the next 3 months. So they will go yellow as a warning. You will notice that some of my red blocks have green triangles. This is because I have just enrolled onto the eLearning, as you have seen. From this screen, you can also enrol onto eLearning and also enrol onto classroom sessions by going through the Find Learning magnifying glass. The final thing to show you is how to search for an e-learning or a classroom session that isn't listed as a requirement on your profile. An example of this may be any clinical systems that you need to use while working here at Medway. If you start your search with 275, this is our Medway code, followed by a percentage symbol. This will then search for any keywords you put after this sign. If you wanted to search for PAS, for example, which is one of our clinical systems, you would need to put 275 percentage PAS and then click Go. And this screen will then show you any PAS trainings that we have available on ESR. Your line manager or the clinical systems team should tell you what courses are relevant to your role.